Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching the videos. Yes, no matter where you are, and whether you're watching it today, whether you're watching an hour from now, or 12 hours from now, or way in the future, 10 years from now, thank you for watching this video. I'm here joined with Inti Campo.
Hello, people.
And we are going to talk about several exciting topics. Oh my God. Can't believe this, man. This is the place to be. This is unbelievable. We're seeing the world change in a positive direction as it unfolds. Now there are negative things happening, of course, but those negative things can only go for so far. And then once Bitcoin comes, I'm going to be talking about that. Once Bitcoin takes over, whole world's going to change and nobody's going to realize it. Nobody's going to realize that Bitcoin did all this. And we're going to be talking about that. And we're going to talk about how the average person, Joe Sixpack, people who are new to cryptocurrencies, they're on their way. They're on their way. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the IMF. We're going to be talking about this Hong Kong newspaper. And we're also going to be talking about my token as well. Oh, I am so pumped. I'm excited for humanity. I swear to God. You know what? I was a depressing person before Bitcoin came along. I was a very depressing person. I remember writing Facebook stories about how sad I was, about what I realized how our financial system works, and it's just a repetitive rinse and repeat, rob the people kind of system. But not no more. Not no more. All right, so we're going to talk about do some TA on Bitcoin and Ethereum, but before that, T has a few words to say.
Yes. As always, people, it's worth to remind you that this video is for entertainment purposes only, and this is not financial advice. Please do your own research before putting any of your hard-earned money on the market. And sir, Mr. TRMC Master asks, the most important question of the day is, Davinci, how are you doing?
5 by 5. All right. Yes.
Super chat, by the way.
Thank you. Well, you know, everybody. I like my movie references, right? And that was from Aliens, which happens to be my second favorite movie. Can anybody guess what my favorite movie is? I'd leave that in the chat group. I'd like to see if anybody can figure that out. All right. What?
Should be pretty easy.
Yes, it is. But all right. Well, anyways, looking at the weekly chart, we finished last week with a down candle. We're starting to move upwards. I was thinking that we had some sort of gap happening. No gaps in the CME futures, which is good. We only have this big airplane gap down here. And as the time goes, right, the EME ribbon is going to pass this gap. So I'm wondering, I have to wonder, will this gap ever get filled? Maybe not. It's interesting though, because the gap does align with where the markets tend to come back to check the area. So you can see the big W here. We popped off. And that's a checkpoint usually where, you know what? Do you really want to do this? Yes. So we're still not out of the woods yet. Don't bet the farm on any kind of longs. It's okay to go long on Bitcoin, but make sure that you have your stop loss and you're willing to accept the losses should the market go against you. All right, going to the daily. This is looking interesting. I would like to say that this is a W, but it's not, because we went too high up here and then we came back down. So we have to form sort of like another kind of W pattern here on a lower level here in order to really make a beautiful W to take off. Now, it doesn't have to be that way. Doesn't have to be that way. The market doesn't have to be that way. It could just V bottom here and take off. This means we're just going to come back here to retest this area. So that's the case. So right now, we're looking at looking at this perpetual swaps here. 11,100 approximately is the hey, you know what, we probably should walk away from this market. Things are not looking so good. Not 100%, but hey, you know what, that's not so good. If we come back and hold that level and just maybe break that this lucid SAR, which is coming up here, that would be sweet. I'd know that this would be the turning point. If we break and bounce off of a lucid SAR, just close it, just make it go the opposite direction for a little bit of a while, and then go forward. I would be very, very happy about that. Let's go down to the 4 hour and see what we see. I wonder if we should bring this up here, this chart here. Yeah. So I was looking at this price action. If we get up to 12,000, we break above the 11,900. You could set your stops to break even, which is right here. I got in on this particular trade, and I think right now I'm a little nervous because we're coming up to a trend line, which could significantly turn this around, which is okay. It's okay, right? Helps us create a W for us to rocket blast off, right? That would be awesome. I'm not too concerned if we bounce off that trend line. We are definitely in a bull market, so you cannot say that this thing might that a Wing pattern, that if it bounces off that trend line, it won't mean something positive. But anyways, let's go on to Ethereum. Looking for the target still of 560. Still early to say that whether or not we're going to do that. We have to break, of course, this top level to really say for sure, which is let's see here, the $450 level. Things are looking brighter, of course, right? We're above the $400 mark and rising heavily. This is good. We bounce off the 30-day moving average, and I'm happy about that. I'm looking forward to maybe another. I would like to see this extend out a little bit and have a little bit of a W in action as well, so that we can really like put in the and really hit that thing higher. The W action will also show you where the bottom would be, and and that also makes it difficult for price action to come back down here. Maybe comes to the top of the W, but that's about it, and then bounce off of that. So that's the beauty of a W. Now, of course, a W is also has a target only 2 to 1s. I mean 1 to 1. So it may just only come. It's best if this comes all the way up here, and then rolls over a little bit, comes all the way up to like the 430 mark. Sorry. Comes back down and creates the bigger the W, the bigger the strength, the more power it has, the more oomph it has, right? So that's what we want. We want this thing to come up to the 430 or even higher, and then come back down, and then create that W. But this is all hope and a prayer, of course, right? So you can't trade on that. All right. That's what we're hoping for, right? Looking at the 4 hour, interesting. We have a nice little. I would consider that a nice little W. I mean, it's not the greatest because we have some body candles here, but it's good enough. That broke through that are a little bit lower, but you know what? The wicks, right? I'd count this. I'd kind of count this as a W. Now, I think let's just see where this thing would basically the minimum that it has to take to the minimum height. Oops, let me just snap that off so that we can draw this. Okay, so the minimum height that this thing is going to go to is approximately 417. Well, that's good enough. That's the minimum breakout level, 417. So expect the 417 level. That would be great, especially if we push a little bit higher. That would indicate that this will negate this thing from emming out and going down, breaking down. So If we negate the 417 level, yeah, that would be, yeah, golf clap. Excellent, excellent. Yeah, so I'm happy about that. Now, let's talk about let's just move on to my channel before we go into the news. Remember that I want to I'm going to be giving, my birthday's coming up, basically. September 15th is my birthday, right? Hence the name Davinci J15, right? I mean, that's because Davinci was already taken back when I first had an account. And so I just put in J15, and that's how I got the name, Davinci J15. I've noticed that a lot of people are telling me that they're longtime subscribers, but some of them are not even subscribed, right? So if you're having trouble figuring out how to subscribe to the channel, right, I'm just going to quickly show you how to do that because a lot of people are not subscribed. And if you are subscribed and already subscribed, stay subscribed, because I'm going to announce the prize that I'm going to be giving away on my next birthday, my 59th birthday. Not 59th, sorry, 49th. 49th birthday. I can't believe I said 59. I'm not that old. I'm going to be turning 48 this year, and next year 49. And so, yeah, I'm going to be giving away a secret prize. I'm not going to mention what it is until after my birthday. And then it's only those people who stayed subscribed for that 1 full year or more. So if you've already been subscribed, you're also part of the this giveaway contest. And if you stay subscribed between 1 year or more, you will also be eligible for that prize. So I get to see if you're publicly subscribed, right? So so make sure you are hitting the subscribe button to do so. Sorry about that. There's no sound on that. I forgot to add the sound on that track, but hopefully you get the picture of how to subscribe. I just quickly put that thing together, and I'm real sorry about that.
Okay,
Anyway.
you're back.
Yeah. All right. So, anyways, let's head back to the next topic of discussion. Yeah. So right now there's 665 of us in the in watching this show. Thank you very much. Please hit the like, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, right? Well, when you see stuff like this, I mean, it's unbelievable, right? That means that people are getting more and more attention. There's no Bitcoin company. There's no Bitcoin CEO. There's no Bitcoin conglomerate, right? Not even the developers have the money or the power to do this, except other individuals. And look at that. Look at that. This is push. This is like right here, and people are going. More and more people are going to do this. They're going to be publishing ads on their own about Bitcoin. What does it all mean, and what it provides for everyone who's interested in getting into the Bitcoin universe. This is incredible. we're gonna see more and more in this, and I can't wait. And then eventually, more and more people are going to be doing Google searches on Bitcoin. Hopefully, Google does not go totally draconian. But I wouldn't be surprised if Google search of Bitcoin eventually turns up with nothing, because it is now a complete government agency. So you'll know that. You'll know that once you see, if you do a Google search and then you're real for Bitcoin. So we're going to constantly do that. I'm going to constantly, every once in a while, do a search on Bitcoin just to see what Google brings up. All right, so it brings up like the price, right? Now, if you see nothing, you don't see Bitcoin.org, right? That would be bad, right? There we go. So we go. If now that would be, I wonder what they would do in order to hide this Bitcoin. It's so big, it'd be kind of like crazy. Maybe they just point only the Bitcoin Cash. I don't know. But I wouldn't put it past them to like just cut it all off, right? All this information just disappears, because the company's gone complete rogue and evil. Next is I'm gonna get up to that later, but next is the IMF. The IMF, I'm like, International Monetary Fund. Isn't that those guys who loan governments money and bankrupt them and then take all their assets? What are they doing here? What the heck? What? And like they have this woman here. Like if you watch this thing, I have it in the link in the description below, so you can watch it here. And you're like, what? What is going on? I'm down. I'm up with it. I'm down with that. But still, that's not going to. This cryptocurrency thing is not going to help them at all. I'm almost a little bit concerned. Happy a bit at the same time, but concerned. Because remember what I said. The worst thing that governments can do is support Bitcoin. That's the absolute worst thing they can do. Is to go, yeah, you know what? We're going to support this Bitcoin thing. Eek. Scary, scary, scary. And so this is the first sign of that with the International Monetary Fund supporting cryptocurrencies. Kind of weird, right? Doesn't matter. It's just the IMF for now. So, hey, you know what? More power to you. Hopefully, you do a better job than what you did here. Wow, not the greatest. Not the greatest of videos, but hey, it's something, right? Again, I have to say, right? There's a lot of craziness going on in the world, especially in Australia. I mean, the government has lost their freaking minds. But all the Australia, you know what? Honestly, the government only gets away with what you let it get away with. And so unless you push back, right? Unless you protest, unless you go outside and protest and push back on this nonsense of arresting people and quarantine them when they don't have the virus, and you don't, and even if they do have the virus, it's not. Come on, people. You know what? Honestly, it's a big scam. There's medicine to prevent, not cure, prevent you from getting the virus, right? And if you have if you have the virus beforehand, so long as you're not deathly sick, there is medicine to actually stop the virus from spreading further in your body. But that's another case. And I'm a little ashamed of this, right? I can't believe that Australia has gone full draconian on us, but that's the way it is. But who cares? Bitcoin fixes all of this, because once we take away the printing press, right, you can't hire thugs to enforce your crazy rules, right? That's the greatest thing that Bitcoin provides the world, and I'm so excited. Oh my God, if Bitcoin did not exist, I'd be scared out of my mind. Seeing this, scared, but not anymore. Not anymore. All right. Finally, I've created a token, as you know, and I've put it on Uniswap, and I've provided the liquidity on Uniswap. I'm not suggesting you guys buy this, but I'm going to be buying this token, and the objective of this token, the money that's going into this token, will be purchasing, completely improving this YouTube channel. But I'm not saying that you should buy this, right? That's what I'm going to do, right? And it's whatever you do is up to you. And I'm just pointing it out. And we're going to be talking about what this token, what I'm doing each day on this token. Right now, I'm going to be changing the icons and then really moving forward with this token for sure. I figured the best investment is an investment in yourself. And so that's what I'm going to do, is invest in myself and invest in providing good quality content and moving this channel and my brand in a positive direction, and ensuring that everybody gets quality information, and I take care of as much people as I possibly can. All right, can't say exactly what I'm going to be giving you with this token just yet. People in Pandora, the subscribers of Pandora's wallet, they will be getting the most details up front about what I'm doing with this token. They'll be the head of the pack on this. So if you want to get more detailed information, you're going to have to subscribe to Pandora's wallet by heading over to www.pandoraswallet.com. We're going to be changing the website, but so you don't have to subscribe right now. Because once we change the website, we will be reducing the price. We will be providing a significant discount, so you might want to wait for that. But if you can't wait, you want to find out more, you can purchase just 1 month subscription, and then wait to add to your subscription later on. You do get a month free, of course, and on top of your subscription, if you open up a new account, you create a new account. And pay for your subscription, so that immediately that means you would get an extra 1 month on any of these subscriptions as well. Okay. Next up is you know what? I think we've discussed everything that I wanted to discuss today. I believe. I don't think I have anything else that I want to talk about. So I guess it's on to the questions and answer period.
Yes. Today, your beloved subscribers gave you a lot of love. I told you that. Yeah. So, starting from a super chat that we have from yesterday, this one is from Wing Sim. And Wing Sim asks, been in space since 2012, hardly any info then. In 2020, we're watching one of the top 3 channels in crypto. Talent has evolved along with the space. Thank you for that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, I still have to up my game a lot compared to all the other channels out there. I think I can do a lot more than I'm currently doing, and so I am going to do that. Basically, I'm going to work on that. All right, next question.
Next question. So this is a super chat from our friend Super Google Lee. Super Google Lee asks, I currently have 20% of my Bitcoin doing little lady with small alts. Should I use more percentage of my Bitcoin to buy alts for the next bull run? I also hold relatively large bags of Ethereum and XRP, Dash, and ADA, not counted in the portfolio above.
Okay, so what's the question? He wants to know, should he
use more percentage of his Bitcoin wealth on altcoins?
That's always a personal preference, right? For me, I have a large percentage in my in the little lady strategy, so I'm happy with that. My only concern is just that the exchange side of it, and so I need to actually work on make sure that Pandora's wallet gets to the level that I want it to. Right now, it's not there just yet, but hey, I'm working day and night on that. Every single day, I work a little bit on that to get it in that and move in the right direction. So yeah, that's all totally up to you. You have to understand the risks behind doing the little lady strategy, and one of the risks is exchanges. So that's the problem. So decide what you want to do with your cash. If you want to risk it using it on exchanges, that's just understand that risk involved with that. Okay, and that means that the exchange could get hacked and or it can run off with your money, and that's it. Those are the risks. All right, next question.
Okay, this is a super chat from Mr. Sebastian that I didn't quite understand. He asked, I have a question regarding using your wallet for a financial experiment in a small town. I'm from Ecuador.
Okay, what's he wants to use it for a financial experiment?
Yes, that's what I didn't got.
Okay, I'm not sure what you mean. You're gonna have to elaborate, please. Provide us the information, the detailed information at info@davincicodes.net. The address, the email address is in the description below. Send it there, and yeah, I'll take a look at it. So if you have any questions, comments, or something like that, you can send it to there, and yeah, we'll have somebody look at those for us. All right, next question.
Next question. Okay, so this one is a question from Twitch, from Carlson Lim. And Carlson asked, Hi Davinci, I would like to know where should we park our profit when dollar crashes and Bitcoin hit 500k or 1 million. I don't think we should convert back to dollar, of course, because dollar not longer relevant at this point in time. Thank you. And my question here is, if you can't exchange your Bitcoin into dollars, where are you going to exchange it for?
The only reason why you should convert your Bitcoin into dollars is one, to pay off debts, meaning your taxes, and your mortgage. So if Bitcoin goes explosive, right? Of course, you're going to convert some of those things to dollars to pay off debts. Now, when you do that, of course, you have to understand that additionally collapses the currency. Believe it or not. Because when you do that, you actually destroy the currency when you pay off debts. So consider that. Right? Other than that, where would you put your money? Well, I can't tell you where to put your money. I can only tell you what I'm going to do and what I'm planning on doing. So thus far, and the only thing I could come up with is to go to gold. I'd prefer to go to all physical gold. It's just that, man, it's the problem with gold is the same problem, right? That Bitcoin is a problem that Bitcoin already solves. Is that if let's just say I could technically, right? I have enough money and wealth to go and say, okay, you know what? I'm gonna buy a vault. I'm gonna buy, I'm gonna pay for Brinks or some sort of system, a warehouse to store all my gold, right? And anybody else's gold that wants to store it with me, right? Who trusts me to store their gold, I could do that as well. The problem is, I don't trust governments. That's the problem. I don't trust any single government at all, right? They are the biggest crooks on the planet, right? And so if I do that, they're gonna know that I have all this gold, and if they and since they're gonna be going broke, since they don't have any, the printing press won't work anymore. They're going to get desperate, like a drowning man, grabbing hold of anyone to hold them up and push them down. And so I don't want to be able to have a place where I'm holding my wealth, and these governments that are drowning, they're gonna be like, yeah, that's ours. Thank you very much. No, I ain't down with that. so I gotta find a better place. I gotta find a better idea. Another option, of course, is obviously diversify in multiple countries, because not every single country is going to be disastrous and destructive to the wealth. But again, so that means that there will be a percentage of your gold that will disappear because you're spreading it out, so you're guaranteed that one of those countries are going to take it, right? So it is definitely an issue for me to decide where to go, and so far the best idea I could come up with is a derivative. Is to build a derivative against the actual physical price, against the physical price, not the Crimex price, but the physical price. By connecting the dealers, eBay, everything, all prices everywhere, the major dealers, eBay, and all that kind of stuff. When they sell it for, that would be the price listed in the synthetic price listed on the token. So it would just be a token that expands, contracts, but the price remains connected to the gold price. And then there's the problem of connected to what? Connected to dollars? Yeah. There's that issue, right? And so yeah, we'll have to I have to think about it and come up with, because I don't think anybody else will build it. I might have to hire somebody to build it for me. And this way, I have that option, because right now I'm just so concerned. I might just spread out between the synthetic, between the physical. Of course, of course I'm going to have physical on me, but I can't have so much, of course, on me, on my physical possession. That's just crazy. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, next question.
Next question. Okay, this one is from Mr. Kev Allen in the YouTube chat and asks, have you ever investigated the best ratio historically for Little Lady? For example, selling half on a triple instead of a double.
Actually, when I was part of the school, the Rational Investor, and if you're interested in the school where I learned how to trade, you can do so by heading over to the Rational Investor .davincej15.com. If you follow that link, you'll get $50 off the school if you decide to take this course. And what I learned there, I learned the little lady strategy there. Brian Beamish is the one who gave this method of investing a name called the little lady strategy. And so one of the students decided, hey, you know what? I want to do that. I want to take a third. I want to adjust the strategy. And he didn't do very well. He adjusted the strategy to take, I think it was like a fourth on a double and another third, a third on a triple and so forth. And it didn't work out very well. So I think it was mostly overcomplicated, but he didn't make as much money as, for example, Brian and other people who did the little lady strategy, which was just selling half on a double. Now, I'm not saying that that your idea won't work, whether it's selling half on a quadruple or whatever it is, however you configure it. But so far, most people, the people that have tried other ways of doing, coming up with other methods of the little lady strategy, they didn't get as much results as other people who just followed the same lifelong strategy, which is just sell half on a double and that's it. And so I would stick to that. The main way that the strategy will maximize your profits, right, which is really difficult to do because it's a lot of work, is that every single level that you buy, you sell a half on that level. That is the most profitable way of doing the little lady strategy, but it's the most work, right? So what I tend to do is just average out my buys and sell out half on that. It's not the most profitable strategy, but it is good enough. But to maximize your profit, portability is if you've got two separate buy orders, right? You have to have two separate sellers once they get each one got filled. If you have three, you're gonna have three different sellers on half on a double, and that gives you the maximum potential from your maximum investment potential. So yeah, that's one of some of the tricks that you should know. All right, next question.
Okay, so we have some altcoin requests. Wanna go on to them?
All right, so we're gonna have two more questions, and then we're gonna call it a day.
Oh, okay.
All right, what are they?
Okay, so we have a question from Twitch from Funky Fantasy, and Funky Fantasy asks, "Hey Davinci, can't you check STA on Uniswap, please? I bet the little lady would love to buy at these levels."
STA. Let's see here if we can bring this up on one of the tools. STA. Oh, there we go. Look at that. And yeah. Yeah. What? Oh, if this is accurate, if this has all the information, oh hell yeah. I gotta get me some of this. Yeah, the little lady is like, what? Wait a second here. The only problem is I want to get it, but I have to my portfolio does not include. I have to provide add this to my portfolio because my portfolio includes a lot of other people trading with me. Because I'm doing DC tradings, which I'm not open. It's not open to the public. It's only open to my friends and family, where they invest with me on my my trading strategy of the little lady's trading strategy. And so I need, if I were to buy this, I could always buy it on my own private portfolio, but I don't want to. I want to put it in the public portfolio. I mean, it's public in the sense of that, like my family. And so I have to be able to make sure that this item can be accounted in the tracking system that we have. And once that's the case, then yeah, I'm all over this like a cheap suit. Let's see, what else is this? What other pairs does this thing have? How else this thing is doing? Let's go with the BTC pair. I mean, yeah, man, dude. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, you really, everyone who is probably going to be running to buy this, they should be thanking, what was his name?
Funky Fantasy.
Funky Fantasy. He found you a gem based on the TA. That's all. It's not based on, what's it called? The fundamentals, of course, right? I don't know what the fundamentals are. We need to take a look at a longer term chart because this might be but even if this thing has a long history of coming up from the bottom, this is definitely a turning point for this currency. So don't be surprised if that's the case. Wow, thank you. That this thing turns here and goes a lot higher. Yeah. Wow. Thank you. Yeah, I like it because you can see the little W here, and then off we went, and then we generally come back to where we started to check that W, and look at that. Check and mate went higher. Thank you. All right, next question.
Next question. So this is a super chat from the last stream. This is from Bashir Khalif. Bashir asks, "Hello Davinci, can you do TA for UVT?"
All right, so this is the last one, and UVT is that hopefully is that a
I don't know if it's in Uniswap.
Okay, yeah, don't know. Okay, so let's take a look here first. UVT, U as in underwear, V as in Victor, T as in Tom, right?
You have underwear, B from balcony. B.
T. Yeah, that's the problem with Spanish, right? The V's and the B's sound the exact same.
Yeah. And despite what some teacher says, it's supposed to be pronounced exactly the same too. I mean the same lip shape.
Yeah, in Spanish.
There's a fight into that.
In Spanish, yes.
In Spanish.
All right, so I do have some UBT, and let's see, that's on what the heck? Weird. It's on Bittrex, and I don't have. Do I have a sell order? Yes, I do. And so, and it's already fallen further from when I got it. Yeah, it looks like we've fallen down here, but the problem is, right, if this thing breaks, if it breaks at 2,711 sats, yeah, that's not good. You might want to, if you want to wait for this thing to settle down, because look, this is like serious ski slope down here. You might want to wait until it settles down, it crosses this trend line, and then decide to pick some up, because if it breaks, it might be lights out for this thing. Because the volume is leaving, there's not people coming into this product. Little concerning. I would suggest you wait and see. Take the wait and see approach on this coin. Wait until it passes this trend line, and then say, okay, can either wait for a W, or you could just buy it at the lows, or wherever it bounces. If hopefully it bounces and it doesn't break this level here, and then bounces around here, so you can buy it at the lows and then see where it goes. That is my recommendation for this coin. Wait and see approach. And you could always still buy it blind here. That's fine, because you're not buying the tops, right? But you have to accept two things. One, this thing could go to zero. So if you're buying anything, make sure that every single coin that I buy, no matter how much I'm not concerned of it going to zero, right? Basically, I don't have the fear going, oh man, this thing's gonna go to zero. I can't buy this. What if it goes to zero? I'm gonna lose. No, I never feel that way, right? And if you don't feel that way, you know you're putting the right amount of money into a specific coin or asset, and so that's how you deal with that. And so this coin, if you want to buy it here, that's fine. Just make sure you don't feel like you're going to lose your shirt or anything like that, and then you're spending the right amount of money. All right. I think that's it for today. Thank you all for watching.
Davinci, before we go,
what's that?
You haven't answered the question. That what was your favorite movie? Because some people were saying some things like, I don't know, Mamma Mia. Some people said, a gentleman said Terminator 2, and no, that's not his favorite movie. No. That's my favorite movie. And the answer is
The Matrix.
Of course. One hand you have the dollar, and the other you have Bitcoin.
Yeah, exactly. I know, exactly. I mean, it's so clear, right? I mean, it's exactly the same, right? A lot of people are stuck in the Matrix. I mean, I'm in the groups, right, where people just are completely like, oh my God, the dollar is created out of debt. That's conspiracy theory. You're like, okay, buddy. Okay.
They're the agents, you know? They're so embedded in the system that
exactly.
You defend it no matter what.
Exactly. You're like, I mean, what planet are you on where you don't know at this point that they create money out of debt when they come on television on 60 Minutes and say, yeah, we're printing money. And yet you believe they're not doing that? Talk about stuck in the Matrix. Oh boy. Alrighty, well, once again, thank you all for watching the show. I'm really having a lot of fun doing this. I'm looking forward to continuing doing these shows and improving the quality. So I've decided to really heavily invest in this. this show, and we're gonna see some definite improvements going forward. Cheers, people.
Bye.
Tired?